Okay, I just pulled the bag off of my coil base that I started working on yesterday. What happens is that overnight, even though it's wrapped in a plastic bag, it's gonna keep it pretty wet and soft so that we can still score, slip, and smooth and add stuff to our project. But the problem is that gravity will actually pull some of that moisture from that top couple of coils there, and this will be fairly leather hard. So what we wanna make sure that we do is, whatever we attach next, we're always gonna wanna score, slip, and smooth that first piece on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that first. I'm gonna go ahead and scratch it. Here, I'm starting to make the top of my vase go a little bit wider. You saw in the time lapse from earlier, okay, or from the last one, that I was starting to build this wider. I'm actually gonna make this a lot taller than it really needs to be, just for demonstration purposes, so that you can see a couple other options that you have when we are building these, okay? And that is gonna be, you can cut out shapes from a slab, okay? And that's why I got my slab over here, all right? But my first thing that I wanna do is I'm gonna add this coil. Add a little bit of water on there. The new coils that I made today, they're gonna be soft enough, not that critical to score, slip, and smooth, or score and slip on that, but I am going to go ahead and make sure I score and slip that first top slab, or top coil, excuse me, so that it is well connected. Now, like I said, if you want, one of your changes of directions, okay, we have to change direction of the coils at least 3 times. Now, keep in mind, the horizontal ones, that's 1. The spiral, that's 2. The little balls that I use to fill in the little gaps, that's 3. I'm done. Okay, if I want, I could just finish this off with coils, but that's not usually my style. I usually like to do something a little bit more bizarre and out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some other things. And like I said, this is gonna end up being a lot taller than I think it needs to be, okay? Because 10 inches is the minimum. You can always go taller than 10 inches. I've had people that have made big pieces, and that's fine. As long as it'll fit in the kiln, I don't mind. All right, so remember to smooth as you go. It is much easier to smooth things now while you can get to it, rather than trying to reach down inside, especially if this gets narrower than what your hand is. If your hand is too small, or the opening in the bottom is too small and your hand won't fit down there, you're never gonna be able to smooth it in. And if somebody looks down in there and can see it, there's a good chance they're gonna go, oh, gee, looks like you didn't quite finish that off completely, or something, some opinion that might be worse. So right now, I am at, if I go to my tallest point, I'm at about 9.5 inches. So, I'm gonna still need to add at least 1 more. So I'm gonna show you guys how to add some shapes and what you can do with shapes in the next video.